to see further HTML tags. So we have covered till now line break tags, like yesterday last class we saw line break tag. Next we are going to see HR tag. HR tag is nothing but it's a horizontal line. Like let's suppose if you want to display any horizontal line or ruler to the page, that time we can go for horizontal line. So horizontal line is denoted by HR tag, okay, and it does not have any open tag or any close tag, right? So it is only single tag, okay. So same way we are going to see next is span tag. Span tag is nothing but it's similar to paragraph tag, okay. Whatever we create paragraph using P, so it's a similar to paragraph, but there is one slight difference between span tag and paragraph tag. Okay, so we'll check. So both are used for writing the paragraph on the web page, right? But there is a slight different over there. So that we will go and check now. And so let's start with HR tag and span tag. And let's go to check whether about P tag and span tag. What is the difference? Okay, what is the difference of paragraph tag and what is the difference of span tag? So let's first start with HTML. Same. Okay, let's start with head, and then let's start with title. So I'll just write Amarnath class. Okay, now we'll include body. So inside body, first what we write? We write HR tag, right? So let's suppose I'm just creating one header line. So what we do? We just write HR tag. So once we write HR tag, no, if we go and open this HTML, okay, in the browser by open with live server, then you can see there is a line on the page. There is a line. See, you can see on the top there is a line on the page, but you are not able to see. So first, before HR tag, I'll just write a span tag. So as we saw, a span tag is nothing but it's a paragraph tag, right? It's similar to paragraph. So here I can write, this is the description for span. Okay. So now you can see span, right? You can see the paragraph. It's similar to the paragraph, right? And then next we can see here the horizontal line, which is covering in throughout the page, right? So we understood about HR tag, we understood about span tag. Now how the span tag is different from the paragraph tag. Even instead of a span, if we write paragraph, we will get the same output, right? I'm just replacing with the paragraph, we will get the same output. So why the span tag has got introduced if already paragraph tag is there? So there is a difference here. When we try to write one paragraph tag, and if we try to write another paragraph tag on the same line, like let's suppose this is another paragraph. In this case, what happens? The both paragraph will not displayed on the same line. See, both paragraph is not displayed on the same line. It will come on the next line. But you might think like, okay, because I'm writing here on the next line, that is the reason. No, it's not the case. But because of some auto set, it is going down, but it doesn't have any case, right? So what happens, like we can see, whenever we create paragraph, it will cover entire row. It will not allow any other element to place on that row, even though it is having the lots of space on this. So to prove that, if I do right click and inspect, you can see once I try clicking on the paragraph, if I over the paragraph, you can see the entire area is getting covered. See, from here to here, entire area is getting covered. See, if next paragraph I'll do, entire area it is getting covered, right? Same way HR tag. But if I change to span, okay, if I change to span, then span, now if you see, both the paragraph are on the same line. Why? Because Now to prove this, we just go here and just do the same thing. Now see, if I click on the span tag, you can see only the content area are highlighted, other area are free. So same way, if I go click on this span tag, we can see only the content area are highlighted. Means span tag is nothing but it's a inline block element. Inline block element means in the same line, okay, we can, it will just take the space how much it is required. Okay, that is inline block element. But paragraph tag is block element. Okay, that is inline element, this is block element. Block element means paragraph will take entire space of that row. Okay, entire row space it will take. Either it has one word or one letter or one sentence, whatever things will be there, but it will cover entire space, entire that row. So that is the reason when I tried changing it to paragraph, one paragraph is covering entire row, then again next paragraph is covering entire row. But if we go for the span, span will only take whatever content space is there, that much space span will take. Okay, so that is the major difference between span and paragraph. So sometimes what happens, no, like if you want to write some paragraph, if you want to write some 2-3 lines in the same line, then we can go for a span tag. Okay, let's suppose sometimes it happens like you have to create one icon and side of the icon you have to write some text. So what you do, you just create an icon by using image tag, and then on the same time you can just write a span, right? So to see that, I'll just do one thing. What is the use of this span tag? I just wanted to show. So if you go here and just create an image tag, okay? So I'll just write an image, and I have already one image called mango, so I'll just refer that. So I'm just referring that mango, and in the meantime I can just write width as 100 pixel. Okay, this is the attribute for this. Height as 100 pixel, right? I have created. Now see, mango is there here, right? Mango is there here. But after this, if let's suppose I wanted to write the name of the fruit. So let's suppose I wanted to write name of the fruit as, and if you go and over on image tag, you can see image tag is also an inline element, because whatever space the image takes, say that much space only this occupies. It won't occupy entire row, right? Because see, if I click on image, it is just taking how much big that image is. That much space only it's taking on the page. Okay, so that is the reason image tag is also an inline element. Now, if I have to write something about this element, about this fruits, then if I go for paragraph as an option, and if I write like mango, okay, just normal mango. Okay, now if you see, mango is on top, okay, but paragraph will take entire space. That is the reason paragraph itself came to next line, and it occupies entire space. Now see, if you overrun paragraph, you can see entire space is taking, but if you overrun image, it is taking very small space, what is till the size of the image, right? But paragraph is taking entire space, even though mango is very small one single word, but still it's taking entire. So in this case, what you do, you just, instead of paragraph, you just go for a span. So now what happens? It will go side by side. See, it goes side by side. It didn't take new line to print that mango. So this type of scenario will come if you have to do this type of ordering of the elements, ordering of the text with image side by side, then you can go for a span. But if you want to print, no, I have to print in the next line only, then you can change this span to paragraph. Okay, so that we saw here. Now next we'll go for div tag. Div is also a block tag. Inside div tag also we can write as many tags we want. It's like a block structure where we can insert so many tags, so many elements. Okay, so it is also a block scope level, block tag. Okay, so now if we write div, okay, if I write, let's suppose div, now if I write this is the div explanation. Okay, if I overrun this and if you click on the div, you can see div is also taking entire space, right? Div is also taking entire space. So why div tag is required? Because it, if let's suppose you have to bind some 2-3 element, like let's suppose you want to bind image text in one block, right? You have to bind image grouping kind of thing. So if you want to do grouping of 2-3 element in one place, okay, that time what you have to do, you have to bind them in the div tag. Now to show that, let's suppose image is there, right? Image is there. So after image, if I write here span and if I write mango, now what happens here, if I have to shift image on the center or some space I want to give beside, and if I write here some styling, let's suppose I'm just writing a style and I'm just writing margin left as 30 px. Okay, now if I do this, you can see fruits has shifted, but we wanted to keep mango also shifted to right side. So you have to just write margin style margin left as 20 px, right? So this type of, there is margin because it got attached to the mango previously, right? Now mango also has got some space. So in this case what happens, if you have both the margin has same, like margin left 30, margin left 30 for both, instead of writing the style inside both the element, what we do, we just copy this image and span, okay, both at a time, and just paste it inside the div. Now instead of writing both the places style, okay, both the places style, I'll just write inside div. So inside if I'll write, then whatever child element is there inside the div, like child element for div is image and span. So both are combinedly kept inside div. So now only one place I'll write margin 30 and it will take both the places. See, it takes both the places. Okay, so this became like grouping type. Like see, if I click on div, now it is denoting everything, image plus text, right? It's binding image plus text span. So both at a block type, means it's like a bundle it became. Okay, so this type of display if you want to do, then you can use div tag. Okay, and div tag is also a block scope, because if I write another div and already we know like there is a place, after this there is a place, but even though there is a place, it will go and attach to next line only. It will not attach to the same line, right? Because it has block element. Okay, so that is one difference of div. Now next we'll go for table. So there is a way to create a table, like see how you can see here the table is created and columns and rows are there, right? So same way we can create a table using table tag. So let's try and create a table tag. So I'll just go horizontal line, I'll just create a table. So table is created using table tag. Okay, table tag. Now table have two things. One is table header, like if you see in the PPT, you can observe one is header. Header is nothing but it's a type and details. It's like a heading type, like what inside this, whatever rows and columns are there, what it denotes basically. So okay, this column denotes all the type and this column denotes all the details regarding the type, right? So first we have heading and we have each row, right? 1 row, 2 row, 3 row, 4 row. So it has row, columns, headings, right? So if you want to create like this, then what we have to give, we have such a thing, we have one tag called th. Th is nothing but heading. So if I just try th name heading, okay, and th is also a tr tag, right? It's a tr tag. means table row. So inside row we are just creating the heading. Right now if you see here, it's just created one name. Right now after tier, this is a one row. If you want to add some more heading, they can just copy paste as it is. So you can just write email. So two heading it came, right? Name and email. Now if you want to change the next line, then just copy it and paste it and just now th. Now if you want to provide some description, okay, then just write td. td. So in name I'll just write John. In email I'll just write john@gmail.com. Now see, if you go and check, you will see name, below name you can see John, below email you can see john@email. Okay, so it's like a table structure kind of thing, right? So this is the way we will create table. So table has table body, okay, it has table 1, table row, table header 1, table header 2, and then if you go for next row will be td. Td is nothing but it's a description. So name John and email john@gmail.com. So this is way we will create the table, right? Next, so what happens here? Now you are able to see everything's are like written format, right? Hard code format, it's static value, right? There is no dynamic value. But next, when we go and do the demo project, that time what we see, we have to bind all this data, whatever data is there here, we have to get it from the server side, and that data we have to attach. So it might be 100 data, then 100 list will come, 100 rows will get created. Okay, so that we'll see in further classes. Okay, but this is the way to create a table, right? Fine. So now I can understand. Now it's not looking exactly as a table, because table has that border and all, like the linings, columns linings, row linings, every lines and all will be there. Okay. So that we'll see when we go for CSS. When we are going to style this table, that time we'll see what we can add so that it will come in proper table format, like as it is shown here. Like see, there is a line and all, borders and all are there available. So like this way we will go and create in the CSS. Now it's looking very like not proper way, right? So this is all about table tag. Okay, so this is the way to create a table. Same way, let's create for form. Now in any web page, if you go, or either you go and check with facebook.com or google.com or any kind of website, any website if you go, you can see in that website there will be form, like in registration page you go, or if you are going in login page, so you can see there is a 2 text box and 1 button will be there, like write an email and password and then click on the button. So you have to create, so that is created basically to interact with the user, to get the input from the user, right? To get the input from the user. So we user will type the email, type the password, then it will take the email and password from that box on click of that button, and then it will take to the server, it will check your detail, and then it will bring back the data from there, right? So that type of form we are going to create using form tag. So if you want to create such a things, you have to just follow the form tag. Okay, form action, I'll explain it later. So form tag basically used for creating the form, right? So next we see, so inside form tag we have multiple element inside that, right? We have like in form, like we have you have seen in the registration page, you might find text box is there, you might find checkbox is there, you might find drop down list will be there, you might find radio buttons will be there, where we'll have like only one selection. So many elements are there inside the form. So that elements we are going to check in the next, right? So let's go for first input element. Okay, so input element, what you can see, how to create input element, we have to write input as a tag name, and then we have to provide some attribute, that is type equals text. So it is text format, like some input will be number format, you will just take the number, but this is just take the text. Okay, we can provide id and name, that is optional. Okay, so let's try. Later I'll explain, while explaining about attribute I'll explain all these things, right? But as of now, just we are going and focusing on input. So I'll just create one input. Okay, by default it's saying text. Okay, and it's already having the closing tag. Right, now if you go and see, one text box has got created where we can type something. Right, same way if you want to create number, then just change the text to number. Now it will not take the text. Here you can write the text, but here it will not take the text. It will just take the 1 2 3. Okay, integer value. Right, and we have increment and decrement button as well. Right, so this is number because I have kept the second one as number. So like this you can just write type number, type text, so many are there. Okay, like different type you write, different text will get created. Okay, so this is one. Another one we are going to check, label. Like see, if you check here, we are not able to see why this text is basically for. So if you want to give, okay, this text is for writing the name, this text is for writing the email. So in that case we want to provide the label. So I'll just delete this table, it's creating confusion for you. So before text what we write, we just write a label. Label is it's like a labeling we are doing for that text box, means some information we are providing. Okay, you type name here or you type email here, so that people will get some information. So we just write name, and here we can write name. Right, same way we can just copy and paste after the second tab. Okay, second. So what here we can write, here we can write email. So now if you go and check, we find like, okay, after name there is a text box, after email there is a text box. So we understood, okay, this box means I have to type name, this box means I have to type email, but this is number. So anyway, it's not a problem, you can make it phone number. Okay, by seeing this text box and by seeing the label itself, we got to know, okay, what I need to input. Okay, so this is all about creating the form. So form includes these all things, right? So now you understood how to get the name, how to create the phone number, text box. Okay, now next we have multiple inputs available. Now see, now select is there next, right? Select is there. Select is nothing but it's a drop down list. Let's suppose if you want to select like veg, non-veg, or if you want to select, create a drop down called let's suppose what is that, male, female, gender and all. So that time you can go for select. So select is having multiple option tags. So option tag is nothing but one option. Okay, first option you can write it as a male, second option you can write it as a female. So it will come as a drop down type, right? So let's go and create this as well. Okay, so all those things we have to keep inside the form. Okay, so let's do select. Okay, we won't write anything as of now, we'll leave it as it is, and just write option. Option. So for option I'll write value as male, right? Same thing, I'll just copy paste. I'll just write female, right? Here male and here female, and then this label I'll just create. After number I'm just creating the label, I'm writing gender. Okay, now if you see select, don't follow now these all. Okay, if you want, you can delete this, there is not a problem, because these all will used for further classes. Okay, but by default only this much should be there, don't get confused for this. Okay, now label is there, plus male and female selections are there. Now if you go and see the view, you can see name as text, phone as number, but gender as drop down. See, you can see the drop down, male and female. So whatever you click, it will get selected for that value. Okay, so two options you got. So like this we can create a drop down, right? So this is the another one element. Okay, so as I discussed, options we can provide. Now same way we have text area and address, so we will check tomorrow. Okay, so till this level we have completed today.